Looks like we are live. Welcome, welcome, welcome to today's challenge, how to build a profitable membership site around your passion. So we are the Mag 5. My name is Bridget Bartlett. I am the niche marketing specialist for local business. I am joined with Jean Hackus, who is the network marketing specialist. Terry Stevenson is the product launch specialist, and Jackie DeClerc is the physical product specialist. And today, presenting our introduction to creating a profitable membership website is Keklin. So before we get started, if you guys want to check the buttons right below the video on the e-learning, you will see all of the resources. You can search the knowledge base for all the trainings there. You'll also get the not just one, but two membership site templates in addition to the affiliate template, so you can actually promote the course as well as the workbook that Keck is going to show you today. So if you're ready, Keck, go ahead and take it away.
Just 2 seconds. Bridget, can you see in yours that there's a button coming up, the pop-up? Because it's not coming up. Can you see? Did it come up for you?
No.
On the challenges.builderall.
No, it's not. And I don't have access to that.
We're going to give them the dry rig link then.
Okay. So let me do that. But how are they going to get it?
Yeah, I'm just thinking now.
All right. So what do we do as entrepreneurs? We scramble.
We fix it. We'll figure it out.
We scramble. Let's see. I don't know what to do because I don't have access to that domain.
But let's go grab.
So let's take the link and let's
the direct link of.
Yeah. And let's go to the comments.
It's also posted on the YouTube and all the channels that were live. That's what I'm doing as well.
Yeah.
We will answer the comments in the live for Facebook and those places.
Okay, but they need to have access. Yeah, let's all just share with them the link to the link to the e-learning and all of the chats. So if you guys want to, we can just quickly run through all of those. So be patient with us.
Stay with us, guys.
I am on right now the YouTube channel, so I'm going to post the link to the e-learning in the chat there. Okay. You know, this is actually such a good lesson in reality, because so many people, if you're new, you may be like, oh my gosh, I would be freaking out. But we all know, as the Mag 5, these things happen all the time. And you just have to figure it out. You just have to roll with the punches.
Yeah, we don't have any freak out left. We've freaked out enough.
No, we're just damage control. Like, yeah, what are you going to do? Things happen and you can't avoid things all the time. It's how you recover that shows your skills.
So I love the team because I don't even know what the challenge is, really. Since I'm presenting right now, I don't have that screen up and I'm like, what is the problem?
Okay.
But it's okay. I'm on a need to know basis, right?
And you know that we're a team and we got you, Kek.
That's right. I know it.
And every one of us can just control our own groups to see if there's any questions in it.
Yeah, I see it live in my group. I'm live in my group. I posted it and I see us all.
So anywhere that you're watching this, guys, and have you guys gone to the Builderall groups as well? Because they have the events in there. So what we're going to do is, Keck, do you want to start presenting, and then we will do damage control?
Yeah.
We will go to all the places and make sure that you guys have access to the e-learning, because we definitely want you to have all of these resources we've worked so hard to provide. And Keck has some amazing value he's going to share with you. So Keck, go ahead and take it away. We'll do damage control. We got you.
Okay, fantastic. I appreciate it. Don't forget about my group also, would be great. Okay, so I want to be sharing a screen here. Let me do this. And let me bring up a presentation because you guys want a presentation, right? Here we go. We will go this one and full screen. Okay. You guys seeing my full screen presentation, I hope?
Yes, sir.
I see
Okay,
it.
fantastic. Just want to make sure.
Yes.
All right, you guys, welcome to day one. We're so excited how to start and grow a successful membership site around your passion. So that's what we're going to be talking about today. And the first thing I want to say is, of course, welcome workbook. Yeah, welcome. We're glad you're here, and get your workbook. Right below this video, there should be a button that says resources, and right below that resources, you should see workbook. So download your course workbook because we'd like you to follow along with us, fill in the blanks, and that way it'll just kind of help engage you in your mind a little bit more. So not only are you going to be seeing the information and hearing it, but we'll get a little kinesthetic learning into as you type in and those answers too, to keep you on board. So welcome again, and let's get started. So today is going to be kind of a foundational day of big picture overview stuff. And this is what we're going to cover today. We're going to cover what is a membership site, how membership sites can be very lucrative, how membership, it's going to be a long training if I can't say membership. Okay, how membership sites work, how to research for the right niche, determining your primary content, and developing an exit strategy. Okay, so here we go. Let's start with what is a membership site? And I know this may be basic for many, but let's do it. Membership sites contain information that is otherwise unavailable to others. Now think about just that fact alone. Since this information is unavailable to others, that makes that information exclusive. And once it becomes exclusive, it in turn adds more value to it just in and of itself. So first thing is just very basic. Membership sites contain information that's otherwise unavailable. Okay. And then next, people are willing to pay to have access to not only the information, but to the community as well. So that's community. I mean, think about it, especially now with all the lockdowns, now more than ever, people are craving community, and your membership site can provide that community for people. Along with the value of the community itself, these kind of online communities can also provide limitless opportunities for your members through connections and networking with other like-minded, focused individuals. So you have all these people with the same passion and desires together in a group, and that in itself just adds a lot of value. So real basic, what is a membership site? Contains information that's otherwise unavailable and also provides community. Okay. So moving on a little deeper, membership websites capitalize on the fact that people are willing to pay for information they find useful. And, being in the digital marketing world, we might forget about this and just, because we're into, searching and finding and information, that's our thing. But for the public out there, that's not quite the case. And you just have to understand people are willing to pay for information. Okay. And by associating and communicating with other people who share their passions, your members receive what I would like to refer to as added value that this group dynamic makes possible. When you have this group dynamic of, like-minded, focused people focused around a topic that you provide, that's just more and more value every person, because you don't know who's coming in. You don't know who you're going to meet. You don't know who you're going to do a little messaging with, and, might meet somebody becomes a business partner, a lifelong friend. You just don't know, but there's added value in the community. So don't miss that. So moving on a little bit to talk about how membership sites can be lucrative. Membership sites can be extremely lucrative because people will always be willing to pay to get their hands on the information they need. This is all about convenience. Okay. Can people find the information out there that you're providing for free? Maybe not, but it's the convenience. And not only the convenience, but there is the time factor. I guess those two go together really, because the time you spend looking for information, you can just take that right out of the equation for your members because you provided it for them in a convenient way to find the information they're looking for. Think about this also. The local library or bookstore is no longer the place to go for information. The internet is, okay? And this may be obvious to you, but I want to impress upon you that there is a huge shift that has taken place in the world, okay? It's that shift where now we go to the internet. You don't go to the bookstore anymore. I mean, you may if you're into books, but that's not the only place to go for the information. Likewise, the library isn't the place, it's the internet. So again, don't miss it. This is a huge shift that has taken place. Don't underestimate it, that the market is huge for information on the internet. And you have the reach of the whole internet. The whole world could be in your market. So just understand this big shift has taken place, and this is really what we're capitalizing on here with this kind of membership site. Okay, and lastly, on the lucrative angle, like the library and the bookstore, a membership site provides the convenience of having the information packaged, okay? Same for YouTube. I mean, we were just talking about how, yes, the information can be found. You may be able to find similar or even the same, you know, your members may be able to find similar or even the same information you're providing for free out there, maybe on YouTube. But just because it's free doesn't mean it's without cost. You have to spend a large amount of energy, your time, your focus. Remember, our power to focus is our power to succeed. So, and there's also something called opportunity cost. If you think way back to your economics class, opportunity cost is an economic term that talks about how if you're spending your time doing this, the opportunity cost is all the other things you could have spent your time doing, right? Because if you're doing this, you don't have time for all those other things. So that's the opportunity cost. And that's one of the major benefits of membership sites is the convenience where people don't have to spend the time, the money, the energy, the focus to search for the kind of information they're looking for. And then they have to piece it all together and duct tape it together and make sure it works. And it flows in a coherent way. You don't have to do that with a membership site. That's what you're doing is you're curating the content, the information, you bring it together in a very convenient and packaged way for them so they can get what they need in the shortest amount of time possible. Okay, so example. Let's talk about an example of how lucrative a membership website can be. And they can be very lucrative. You look at this example here. Say you have a website with 100 members paying a monthly fee of $15 each. You'd get $1,500 every month, and that's just for a single membership site. Now, this is basic math, obviously, but what I want you to cue in on here is that this is a conservative estimate, okay? Don't get locked in with this, oh, a membership site, I should charge about $15 a month. No, this is just an example. Don't let this example limit you. Instead of $15 a month, do you think it could be $2,000 a month? Yes, it could. There are membership sites out there that are charging $2,000 a month, and they're full of members that are happy to pay. So they're out there. Not only are high-end membership sites out there, but customers for high-end membership sites are out there. As long as the content is valuable to your audience, they will buy it. Okay. So remember, as you continue to provide updated and excuse me, valuable content. That's key. Valuable content to your site, the number of members will continue to grow, increasing your monthly residual income. Okay, so valuable. We think about this. The content has to be valuable or has to have perceived value to your members, to your customers. Oftentimes we can think, well, I'm not sure if I'm qualified. I don't know if I know enough. Well, let me tell you a little secret. You only have to be one step ahead of your audience to be the authority in that topic, okay? You just have to be a little bit ahead of the game, ahead of your audience. And this is something I used to way back when work as a full-time preacher. And I remember one of my preaching mentors telling me about the same subject. He says, listen, when you spend all week preparing for a lesson and then you present it at that moment in time, you are the expert in the audience. Okay. And I want to ensure you that it'll be the same with you. You have to keep your content updated and make sure you're providing value. and that your customers perceived as valuable. And don't worry, you just have to stay a little bit ahead of the game, okay? So always be adding valuable content. If the content doesn't become valuable, or your members don't perceive it as valuable, that's going to be the end of your membership site, okay? So you got to stay on top of updating with valuable content. And then the last way that membership sites can be very lucrative is add additional membership sites, okay? Rinse and repeat. Once you do it one time and you learn how the model works and you monetize the model, then you can branch out and explore different markets or related markets, find a market that is related to your niche, and then you just do it again, rinse and repeat. So lot of money in membership sites if you do it right. So just remember, don't sell yourself short, okay? The market is huge and there's plenty of high paying customers, and you'll find them, okay? And keep your content fresh, relevant, and valuable, and then rinse and repeat. Okay, so next we're going to talk a little bit more about how membership sites actually work. So a successful membership site needs to put its efforts into providing a blank blank that each member will enjoy. Okay, this is something sometimes we overlook. We think it's all about the content, but what's important is here providing a user experience. Okay, that's your fill in the blank there. The UX, or the user experience, is super, super important. Let's just consider a couple of examples, say matchmaking or dating websites. Big business because members share their information through their profiles, their pictures, forums and posts, and then other members can connect with them through their comments and leave private messages and so on. So that's one example of a membership site. On the other spectrum, maybe we think about job websites like, I don't want to say any, but these big job websites where it's basically a database bringing together job seekers with employers, employers who need to find employees. So in both cases, the UX, the user experience, has got to be great. And I say great because, it's got to be really good. It can't just work. It's got to be like smooth, right? If you go to a membership website, or any website for that matter, and the user experience is kind of wonky and it's not obvious how to get around and go where you need to go and really accomplish the purpose for which you're there, it's not going to be something you're going to want to go back to a lot. Conversely, if the UX, the user experience, is so tight and is so great that everything just works, it's intuitive, that's what you're shooting for. So make sure that you spend some time really addressing the UX, the user experience, for your membership website as well. And then find ways to connect with your members. Now, obviously, in the early stages of your membership site's life, you're going to be the only person that's, putting in content, suggesting topics, and so on. But at some point, your members will start to add value and content to the site for you. And you'll go through this thing where you'll find some members will just kind of rise to the top, and you'll realize, wow, this girl is sharp, or that guy is really on the ball here, and they're helping other people in the group. And then before you know it, maybe they're contributing to the content, right? So you want to look out for those people and try to bring them along and have them maybe even help you with their group. And again, there's something in it for them because they're being raised to a prominent, authoritative space in your group too. So it's a good win-win situation. Some other ways that you could drive a connection, different ways to have your members connect. Obviously, private forums. You could use WhatsApp. You could use Telegram, or Facebook groups. So just all these different ways to get your members connected, not only to yourself, but to one another. And that's how your community will kind of take on a life of its own. All right, next, let members post content, moderate, and enjoy. So this is really where the fun starts to happen, is when your members, have something to contribute, they start commenting and really interacting with each other. But at this stage of the game, there's something you're going to have to look out for, and it is the internet troll. That's right, trolls. So this is part, now, trolls, you guys, is just people who have nothing better to do than get in there and disrupt others, make fun of others. They're the negative nannies. you know who they are. So, and it's inevitable. You're going to have haters and you're going to have trolls. So that's if you're doing anything worthwhile and out in the public eye, right? So as the owner of this membership site, in order to ensure a good UX, a good user experience for your membership, you want to moderate. You want to make sure you have clearly defined rules for the group and moderate, get rid of the trolls. If people don't know how to behave on private, communications with groups, usually we don't give them a whole lot of grace because, come on, it's common sense. Be polite. You got no time for that. So you will have to be on troll alert and troll guard too. All right. So next, let's talk about your niche a little bit. Let's talk about researching for the right niche. So consider whether your target market is ready for your product. And that's something you have to ask yourself. Are you innovating? Are you bringing this product to market or this service? Are you the first one? That can be kind of scary, right? Or conversely, are people already buying this product or similar products and services elsewhere? If that's the case, you've got a better idea what that market looks like. And then you want to ask yourself, is the market, this niche I'm going into, big enough to support what I'm doing here? Is it big enough to support my membership group and the products and services behind it? Is your business plan aligned with what your target clients really want? Okay. And here's where you want to think about the customer journey we talk about a lot. Think about the journey your customer is taking. Your membership website is going to some degree, provide a solution for a problem that your members have. So think about their problem and think about how that customer would journey through that. Okay. And understand that what you're doing here is you're not just providing a place for content. Okay. You're building a relationship with your members. Okay. So you want to think about that with your business plan here. Think about your customers, think about their customer journey. Okay. And somehow work that into your business plan and make sure that your plan is aligned with what your target audience, your target clients really want. Okay. Give a little bit of time and planning to that up front, and you'll be happy you did. Okay, next, be sure about your product. Now, this may seem, like the most obvious thing in the world here, but it's important that deep down, you know exactly what you're selling. You know exactly what solution you're providing to what problem. Take the time to really think this through. Think about comparing the market for your product or service, maybe for to restaurants in a town. Okay, some restaurants in your town might be selling pizza baked in a wood-fired oven. Another might be a successful seafood restaurant with fine dining kind of ambiance. Now they're all selling food, right? But what's different is they're all really selling different combination of brand, experience, value, sure, food, but ambiance and experience. Okay. It's not just where we're going to eat, food is food. No, food is not food. You seek out what you want based on, what you're looking for at that time. You want a quick bite, or do you want a nice sit down with your significant other, maybe? So when you start to think about your business and start this membership site, it's imperative that you know how and why people will want your product. And you need to have a clear understanding of what the needs are that your product will fulfill and what unique factors make you stand out from the competition. Okay, so just really think about that, your product and where it sits as far as competition in the landscape of the markets you're entering. All right, and next, don't try to be everything to everyone. One of the biggest mistakes that many new businesses commit when starting their first membership site is spreading themselves too thin. Double down on your strengths and be authentic to yourself. And remember, niche down. You want to niche down, and its specialization is where the money is. You want to specialize. So again, if you try to be everything to everybody, you end up being nothing to most everybody. Okay, so the name of the game here is to niche, to specialize. So don't feel like you've got to accommodate and, well, these people, they're not really digging what I'm saying, or they're not really liking my content. Well, if that's the case, maybe they're not really in your market, right? Maybe they don't really have the problem you're trying to provide the solution for. So you need to stay focused on knowing what solutions you're providing and just be true to that specialization, to that niche. All right. So speaking of content, determining your primary content is what we will talk about just next here for a second. So will you provide them with a series of lessons? Here's the fill in the blank here to help them teach a process. So as you get started with your membership site, you've got to determine what kind of content you want to deliver to your members. You could just provide, not just, this would be great, lessons. It could be all educational. Okay. It could also be, will you provide a blank, such as delivering new content to them every month, a service, is this what you're going to do? You're going to provide a service, as you're filling the blank there, such as delivering new content every month. That could be your model. Or I also kind of look at this as anchor content, whatever your niche or your specialization is, there'll be some anchor content or content that kind of anchors the whole page to your topic. Okay. And then also, will you provide a reference library? Are your two fill in the blanks there? Will you provide a reference library of material that they can consult whenever they need? So think about this in terms of what your target audience wants in the topic area. A lot of different ideas here. So just to recap, you could provide them with a series of lessons. You could provide them with a service, such as new material on, a frequency basis, every day, every week, every month, whatever you decide. And then also, you could provide a library of material in such the same way where you're just always building this library of stuff they have access to. So, and that's obviously not all of it. There's so much more you could do with your content, but it is important, again, because this all ties together with not trying to be everything to everybody and specialize, is you really want to think about your primary content, what it is and how you're going to develop it. What's going to be your SOP, standard operating procedure there. All right. And next we're going to talk about, we're approaching the end here. Next, we're going to talk about developing an exit strategy. So one of the most traditional reasons to start any business is to blank it. What do you guys think? It doesn't get much press nowadays. It's not discussed much, but it's very important. It is one of the most traditional reasons to start any business is to sell it. That's right. You're creating something of value. You're creating a business. You're creating a cash generating system. And one of the main reasons to do that is to be able to sell it at some point. So just think about that. Once you create something of value, you can sell it. So don't discount that. It gets overlooked a lot, but don't overlook about it. Think about that as an option for your exit strategy, because you have to consider, how long do you plan on operating this site? How long do you want to do it? That's only up to you. What kind of goal you have in mind, what kind of solutions you want to provide. So have to think about that. Where is the end? You always want to start with the end in mind, right? And then how will you end your membership site? Are you just going to stop delivering content and stop collecting monthly residual income? You could, but that doesn't sound like a good deal to me. Let's keep that income going. But you have to think about that. How will you end your membership site? Possibly, will you sell your site to someone else to operate it? We talked about that. You could sell it, and people want to buy cash generating assets. A digital asset like this is of great value when it's generating cash. And then will you hire a team to operate it for you? So that's something you could do. You could hire people or one person just to operate it. But all of these decisions will not only impact how you operate the site, but also maybe what you're going to name the site. Because think, if you have in mind, maybe I want to sell this when I'm done, you might not want to call it Keck's Clubhouse, for example, because if I sell to somebody who's not named Keck, it's going to, kind of be lost on them, and it's not going to make sense. So just think about that. If you're giving your own personal name to something, just think about that in relationship to how you might be able to exit, how you might be able to sell it to somebody else. Okay. All right. This is going to bring us into our summary for day one here. Just kind of a big, 64,000 foot view, the foundations of membership sites. What are they? It's where people have access to information that's not otherwise accessible. They're willing to pay for it. These sites can be super lucrative. We talked a little bit about how the membership sites work, how important it is to research your niche and really niche down, specialize, do not try to be everything to everybody, and determine your primary content or your anchor content. What's your standard operating procedure going to be? How are you going to deliver it on a regular basis? And then don't forget to develop an exit strategy before you enter, because it's a lot easy to exit when you have a strategy indeed. So let me go ahead and stop my screen share and invite the rest of my team back up here. Let me see, stop screen share. All right, I think we're stopped now. So that puts day one in the can.
You know, in the words of the great Shelley Turner, boy,
Yes.
howdy, Keck. That was a lot of good information. You know what I told
Boy
you?
howdy.
Boy, howdy. That was
Love
some
that.
good info.
We love you, Shelley.
Yeah. You know, I never thought about an exit strategy. I will be the first one to admit, I'm embarrassed to say, I never thought of an exit strategy. I think as business owners, we're always into starting things that the ending thing is like, whoever thinks of that. But that's actually a really good idea. And I love what
Oh,
you
yeah.
said about hiring people to manage it for you and niching down. So as a
Yeah.
local business owner, we have a lawn care business. If I was going to create a membership site, it would be like how to promote your lawn care business. And then I know exactly who my target audience is. So yeah, that's so much
Exactly.
easier.
And I'll just say too that, you know, I have owned several businesses in my day, and I have sold several of those when I decided I'm done with this. And instead of just walking away, you walk away with, you know, money, you know, a year or two of income. I mean, it's a real thing. So yeah, don't discount, build
Yeah.
it to sell.
And you know, I want to thank you, Keck. That was just the perfect lead in to what we're going to talk about tomorrow. Because tomorrow we're going to talk a little bit more about, is it right for you? And I'm just going to leave everybody with this. The answer is yes, but what does it look like? So
Nice. Fantastic.
Yeah, and on day 4, somebody was asking, are we going to actually walk through creating a membership site? On day 4, that's my day. So I'm
yes.
going to walk you through how to create not just one membership area website, but I'm also going to show you how to create a membership website with 4 membership areas. So no matter what your niche or your business model is, we are definitely going to give you everything you need this week to fast track your success with your membership site. You guys have any other questions or comments? No?
Not I haven't been keeping up with the chat, so I assume we're all good there.
Everybody's super stoked.
Everybody's happy.
Resources. Love you, Keck.
Thank you. Love you too.
Well, thank you so much, guys, for joining us for today's Mag 5 Challenge. Just so you know, by unanimous decision from the members and us, apparently our multiple trainings is really overwhelming. So what we decided to do this week is this is our training for you. So you have experienced the training. You have all of your resources. Go build some membership sites. It'll help you streamline your focus today. You know exactly what you're doing. You're building a membership site. Go through all of that stuff. You can have access to the whole workbook. When we're done with the 5 days of live training, you'll get the days 6 through 10 will be released to you for additional training as well. So we will see you back here, same time, same place. Go build it with Builderall.